Well, we are learning more about the suspect that was arrested outside a D.C. Cathedral ahead of a mass marking the start of the Supreme Court's new term.
Police are revealing he had a massive supply of homemade explosives.
Bizarre guy. Griff Jenkins joins us live outside Washington with the details. Hey, Griff.
Yeah, good morning, Brian, Ainsley, and Lawrence. What's really frightening about this is that Supreme Court justices were expected to attend this annual Red Mass, which marked the start of a new Supreme Court term and honored the judiciary. A 41-year-old South Jersey man named Geri arrested on the cathedral's steps with more than 200 homemade explosives. They included Molotov cocktails and vials containing nitromethane, a compound used in the Oklahoma City bombing. Now, court documents show that Geri threatened to detonate the devices and handed officers writings expressing anger towards the Catholic Church, the Supreme Court justices, members of the Jewish faith, and get this, ICE. When officers told the man they were going to forcibly remove him, the court documents also say that he responded by telling cops, "Several of your people are going to die from one of these." Now, D.C. police said in a statement, during the arrest, officers observed multiple suspicious items, including vials of liquid and possible fireworks inside of the suspect's tent. The suspect is preliminarily charged with unlawful entry, threats to kidnap or injure a person, in possession of a Molotov cocktail. The investigation is ongoing. Reports say that security threat actually prevented the justices from attending, and now that suspect, Geri, is being held without bond, facing multiple charges, including possession of a weapon of mass destruction and furtherance of a hate crime. Guys?
That is nuts. Thank you so much, Griff. You saw the tent that was set up on the stairs. That's where they found 200 incendiary devices, grenades and bottle rockets, Molotov cocktails. He expressed hostility and disdain for the Supreme Court and for ICE and for the Catholic Church and for Jewish people.
So he told the people around him, he goes, hey, you might want to get out of here. I have explosives. And they're like, what? So you have explosives? And then he left the tent to go urinate on a tree, and that's when the cops picked him up. And basically, he had a manifesto, scribblings or some writings on 9 separate pages. He was targeting the Catholic Church, as you know, about this Red Mass. I didn't know anything about it, but a Red Mass to pray for the success of the Supreme Court.
So, just a couple things. You just had a judge that allowed an attempted assassin of a Supreme Court justice to just get how many years? 6 years? 8 years? So you didn't send a strong message that this wasn't okay in this country. The next thing is the rhetoric that's been going out. I mean, he subscribes to the anti-ICE message. We're seeing that all over the country.
Didn't the governor say he's targeting for all black and brown people?
Exactly. And then you got the targeting of the facilities. We just had an assassination attempt in my hometown of Dallas. The anti-Jewish rhetoric. You got jihadis running all over us. They're saying it's all because of the Palestinian, but yet they're targeting the Jewish people. And remember, why they're targeting the conservative court is because they consider it not just the Supreme Court, but the conservative court. So they need to police their side because we're seeing people trying to attack certain groups in their name.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
Hey, look, oh man, this is getting sickening, man. Honestly, I tell people, I think the rapture already came, and they left me. I'm here with these motherfuckers, G. Like somebody said the other day, I think the rapture already came, and we're stuck on earth with them. And this is the problem that's going on right now. For some reason, people think it's okay to start fires and explosives in a church of God, in a cathedral. They're antichrist. Y'all got to understand what's going on here. I know y'all are so, anti-government, whoop-de-whoop. Y'all forget about Jesus. Y'all so anti-government, you forget about how ungodly actions are, right? He sat outside of a church with 200 explosives inside his tent, outside the door of the church. The only reason they caught his ass is because he said he was going to do it. And he went for a pee to pee on the tree, and they caught him then. Other than that, look, I'm going to tell you how he would have just got away with that, and this would have been a horrific tragedy. if he didn't say a damn word and just did what he was gonna do. That's how simple this could have just been. And for this type of guy, I know what he would have did. He would have had explosives all within the church, close the church doors and lock them in and let it burn. This nigga's Antichrist. This is the type of people we have in our communities. And then they be like, well, he's just mentally unable. He's mentally disabled. He don't know what he's doing. Really? He just made 200 bombs, nigga. What do you mean he don't know what he's doing? He mixing chemicals up like he's a science teacher. This nigga's Heisenberg. But he don't know what he's doing? Really? He's trying to kill. He's anti-Jewish. He's anti-Cathedral, Catholic. He's anti-Supreme Court. And for the Supreme Court, y'all shouldn't even be out there anyway. Y'all know, if you are a Supreme Court justice, you shouldn't be anywhere. You should be having protection like the president. Since your position is permanent, it's a life sentence. Since your position is a life position, you should be more protected than the president himself. Because that's the only way you could be replaced. And based on who's the president, that's who's going to give you your next replacement that's going to have a life seating for life. So that being said, Supreme Court justices shouldn't even be out in public for real. I'm going to be honest with you. Supreme Court justices should have better Secret Service than the president himself, because they're kind of more important. Because they never leave unless they die. Right? But back to this guy. Homeless guy. Homeless. I'm going to be honest. I think the nigga just planted a tent there, pretended to be homeless, and he was ready to do some harm. Just like I just did another story on someone ramming their vehicle inside of a Catholic church, shooting people in the Catholic church, and then setting the Catholic church ablaze. When did we start attacking churches, bro? What's going on? We're attacking churches now? This is beyond sickening. It really is. I've never thought in my days that I would see people attack churches. This is beyond us. And I don't care what you represent. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if it's a mosque. I don't care if you're Jewish, Christian, Muslim. It doesn't matter. You don't commit crimes towards someone's place of worship. Supposedly. Right? This is what we have allowed. I think the government, I think the United States has been soft. We've got soft on a lot of things, and now people are entitled. They're entitled to do what they want to do, and they think that you should allow them to do it. That's because we're so soft on crime. Why he think threatening and killing Supreme Court justice should be what but max sentence. Max sentence, bro. That's because they're so sensitive and soft on crime, they let these criminals back out in the streets. Something we're not doing correctly is the reason why crimes are committed. No one's afraid to go to jail because y'all make it so smooth to be in there. Y'all giving niggas TVs, phones. I see the nigga with a PS5, nigga. Most niggas I know ain't even got a PS5 out here. They got PS5s in jail, G. They getting Wendy's. Wendy's? Come on, man. They got cell phones, touch screens. Lil Durk just had an iWatch. How he get an iWatch in that bitch? G, I can't even get one. I'm out here. And he in the feds. See, that's because we spend so much money on security in these states and stuff, and we still have stuff like this happening. And I'm not even a very avid churchgoer. I don't go to church every weekend. But I know that's wrong. But you don't have to go to church every weekend and know that taking explosives into the house of God is beyond a crime. That's a life sentence in hell. But people don't care about hell no more because they don't believe in God anymore. They lost faith. So now they think it's okay now to attack people that have faith. And I tell a lot of people, what if you find out in the future that you're on the wrong part of history and you were the problem, or you helped the problem? You helped the problem become more of the problem. I think people should look back and stop thinking about politics and start thinking what's right. And not about what's morally right, but what's the rules set. These are the rules. This was what should happen. If you're here illegally, you got to go, bro. Every country has rules. Every country has borders. I predict this country is going to fall. Give it another 200 years, bro. It ain't going to be no real Americans here again. Guarantee you. I guarantee. All because nobody stayed focused on the goal at hand. But the people that came in that weren't supposed to be here originally, they knew a goal and they stayed together. I'm going to be dead, right? I'm going to be old. I'm an old man unless I'm a vampire. But I'm predicting this now because this is where the world is going. Behavior is easy to predict. All this has happened in the last 10 years, by the way. Let me add. All this transgender stuff, all this doing crime to high up officials, all within the last 10 years. Give it another 10. Give it another 20. How you think we gonna go? How far you think this is finna go? It's finna be bad, bro. Y'all, it's gonna get bad. I'm sorry. I don't like to be the negative Nancy. But when you see things, you just gotta identify it. It's just you could predict the bad stuff happening. And it's coming. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Should people get a life sentence for attempting to kill Supreme Court justices? And not only that, you're setting ablaze the house of the Lord. Yes. You should get 3 life sentences for such things. Because you have no soul, no morals, and no dignity, no pride. And you're willing to take whoever life, he was willing to take hundreds of lives that sat within there. Supreme Court Justice, as a warning to you, you should be moving like the president. You should be moving like 2 presidents. Because you're as important. You should never be sitting in the cathedral. Because you got people outside the cathedral just like this, ready to kill. Ready to take your life in exchange for theirs. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Make sure you like the video for the YouTube algorithm. Peace. I'm out of here, man. Let's go.